if you have the music there, go ahead and start it now. And then start laying on your back in Shavasana. Calling in positivity. On an inhale, clench your fists. On an exhale, let it go. Inhale, clench. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale, clench. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring the knees into the chest, roll around, massage the spine. And then opening the arms out to a T. On an exhale, drop the knees to the right, push through the left shoulder. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left, push through your right shoulder. Inhale, back through center, coming into happy baby, grabbing the outside edges of the feet, pulling the knees in, pushing the tailbone down, rolling the shoulders down. Bringing the knees back together, dropping the feet down to the mat, hip distance apart, heels close to your butt. On an inhale, lift the hips up, come into that bridge pose. Pulse the knees towards each other, keeping the hips high. Exhale, slowly release down. Knees come back into the chest. Rock forward and back until you come up to seated. Legs long, feet flexed. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold. Halfway lift. Fold. Inhale, slowly coming up. Right foot goes outside the left leg, right hand behind, left arm for leverage. Sit up tall, look over the right shoulder. Back through center, switching it out. Left foot outside the right leg, left hand behind you, right arm for leverage. Sit up, look over the left shoulder. Back through center, rolling down onto your back. Lifting your shoulders up off the mat, engaging your core, and then flutter your legs. Three, two, one, release down. Take your legs out wide, arms overhead. On an inhale, come up, left hand reaches for the right foot. Come back down, switch it out. Keep going. Reaching for the opposite foot, using your abs. Go at your own pace. One more each side. Coming down onto your back, taking your legs straight up towards the ceiling, and then lifting your shoulders, reaching your arms up, reaching left and right, using the side body. One more each side. Bring the knees into the chest. Release the abs for a minute. And then rock yourself forward and back, coming up to seated, feet in front of you. Sink back into your abs, and then lift your knees up. Tap your toes down. So use your lower abs here to lift and lower. Keep them engaged. One more each side. Bring the feet down. Hands come to the knees, round your back, release the abs. And then cross your ankles, come up onto your knees. Roll out the shoulders. Take it forward. Alternate. Take it forward. Opening up the chakras, hands come to the ground, lift up, opening the root. Thumbs come to the hip crease, lift up, opening sacral. Hands come to the belly, opening solar plexus. Hands come to the heart. Interlace the fingers underneath the chin, lift up, opening the throat. Thumbs come to the forehead, lifting up third eye. Hands come all the way up, opening the crown. Hands come down to the mat, step back to your down dog. Pedal out your feet. Find your down dog. Holding your down dog, tapping the knees down. Hold. 4 sun salutations, walk to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, fold, bend your knees, squeeze, lift, come all the way up. Practice, tap, fold, half lift, plant the hands, step back, taking your option, take a flow or push back to down dog. Walk or float, top of the mat, half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Practice, tap, fold, half, plant the hands, step back, take your flow. Walk or float, half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Practice, tap, fold, half, plant the hands, step back. One more, walk or float. Half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Practice, tap, fold, half, plant the hands, step back. Hold your down dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Step it forward, drop that left heel down, come up, warrior one. Squaring your hips to the top of the mat, sinking that front knee down. Cactus your arms, squeeze the shoulders together, pull the elbows back, open the chest. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Reach back up. Drop the hands down behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze everything back, slight back bend, and then fold forward, humble warrior. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Straighten your front leg as you come back up. Square the hips again, and then fold forward, pyramid pose. Trying to get both legs straight, pushing your right hip back, pulling your left hip forward. Walk the hands over to the left side towards your long end of your mat. Both sets of toes point that way. Come into a wide straddle. You can reach for your ankles. Walk your hands between your feet. Hands come to the mat, keeping your legs straight, trying to lift up onto your toes and then drop your heels down. Up onto the toes and drop down. One more time. Walk your hands back towards the top of your mat. Turn your right toes towards the top of your mat. Lift your left heel up. Come up into a high lunge. Pulse that right knee out to the right. Hold. Drop your arms down by your side, little bicep curls. Keep that back leg nice and strong. Keep your left heel lifted. You're gonna put the weight into that right foot. Step yourself up, come into a tree pose. Maybe your foot just comes to your ankle today. Maybe it comes up a little higher. Bring that left knee forward, send it back, warrior three or airplane. Both hands come down to the mat, come into a standing split. Left leg rises, try to keep the left hip square. Drop your left foot down to meet your right. Bring your feet together, knees together, sink down, chair pose. In this chair pose, take your hips left and right. Try not to let your knees move too much. Keep it in the hips. Hold. Weight goes into your left foot. Fold forward, lift your right leg. Standing splits on this side. Try to keep that right hip pointing down. Then slowly starting to lift your chest, coming into that warrior three. It's okay if your toes tap down. It's not bad, bounce inside. Bringing your right knee up, and then coming into that tree pose on this side. Bringing that right knee back forward, bending your left knee, stepping your right toes back, coming into that high lunge on this side. Strong back leg, lift that right heel. Take the arms out to the side and bring them up. Hold, pulse the left knee out to the side. Hold. Both hands come down. Walk over to the right side of your mat, to that long edge of the mat again. Coming into that wide straddle on this side. Hands come to the mat. Lift up onto the toes, drop the heels down, lift up, drop down. One more. Walking the hands back towards the top of the mat. Turn your left toes towards the top of the mat. Right toes turn out about 30 degrees. Inhale, halfway lift. Try to bring your hips to square, both legs straight, and then fold forward into a pyramid. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up, bending your front knee. Drop your hands down behind, interlace your fingers, squeeze everything back, slight back bend, fold forward, humble warrior. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Keep going. One more. Both hands come down, step back, down dog, pedal it out. Inhale, right leg rises. Step it forward, drop your left heel down, come up into a warrior two. Check your alignment, check it with your front knee, tuck your tailbone, pull your belly button in, and then take the ribs forward and back. One more. Hold. Come over to that left side, lifting your right toes, coming into Skandasana. We're gonna take a little flow, so you come up into your warrior two, you come over to your Skandasana, do it at your own pace. Working the inner thighs. Whew. One more. Finish in your warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse reach back, and then come forward, extended side angle. Forearm can come to your thigh or hand to the floor. Take that left hand, reach it around behind you. Maybe you can reach for your right hip. And if it's comfortable, look up towards the ceiling. Sending that left arm back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back up into your warrior two. Straighten your front leg this time. And then reach forward. Drop down, triangle pose. You're gonna take your chest parallel to the floor, open back up to triangle. Parallel, open. Let your side body twist you and hold you up. One more. Come all the way up to standing. Bring your left heel in. So both toes are pointing out, both heels are in, and sink down into a goddess pose. Yee. Almost fell over. And then little pulses. Hold. You're gonna drop your left knee down, come back, facing towards the top of your mat, coming into a low lunge. And then just push back a little bit so there's not as much weight in that hip, and then pulse it forward. Hold. Left hand comes outside your left knee, right leg goes out to the side, right arm comes up, coming into a gate pose. Lifting that right foot. Little pulses, pulse it up. Hold. Take it in little circles towards the back. Hold. Drop that right foot back down, come up over and reverse it. Both hands come up, both knees come to the mat. Hands come to your lower back. Squeeze your shoulders together. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Push your hips forward and come back into a camel. Lifting your chest towards the ceiling. Inhale, slowly coming back up. Right hand goes outside the right knee. Left leg comes out to the side, coming into that gate pose. Lift that left leg, little circles to the back. Hold. Little pulses up. Hold. Drop that left foot down, come up over, reverse it. Come back through center, step your left foot forward, coming into your low lunge. Push back a little bit, and then pulse it forward. Hold. You're gonna tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Step that foot up and bring the heel in. Sink down into your goddess on this side. Take as many movements as you need to get there. And then this time, you're gonna lift the heels and lower. You could always just lift one heel and then the other one. One more. Hold. Standing back up. Left toes point towards the top of the mat. Right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Both legs nice and straight. Reach forward, drop down, triangle pose. Taking that chest parallel and opening up. Take that flow. One more. Hold your triangle. Come all the way up into that reverse warrior. Bend into your front knee and come forward into extended side angle. Take your right arm, reach it around behind you. Maybe you can reach for your left hip. Pull your right shoulder back. Maybe look up at the ceiling. Reaching that right arm back up. Come back up into your reverse warrior, and then come into your warrior two. You're gonna take that flow to the back of the mat, lifting your left toes this time, and then coming back forward. Take it at your pace. Keep flowing. One more. Coming into your warrior two. Take the ribs forward and back. Hold. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back, down dog. Pedal it up. Drop down onto your knees. We have that heart opener, so we tap our heart. Make the sound ah. Ah, 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 ah. Two more. Ah, ah. Hands down, push back, down dog. Three more sun salutations. Walk or float, top of the mat. Half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Cactus, tap, fold, half. Plant the hands, step back, take it low. Walk or float. Half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Cactus, tap, fold, half. Plant the hands, step back. One more, walk or float. Half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Cactus, tap, fold, half. Plant, step back. Hold your down dog when you get there. Inhale, right leg rises. Bring that right knee towards your right wrist, setting up for pigeon pose. But before we come down, take your hands over to the left. Little pulses. Walking your hands back towards the center, come down into your pigeon. Coming back up onto your hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, step back into a down dog. Inhale, come forward to a high plank, lower all the way down. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Elbows squeeze in tight, legs are long behind you. Inhale, push up to a cobra, little pulses. Pull your shoulders down, squeeze them together. Release down. Bending your knees, reaching back for your feet. Bring your knees back together. On an inhale, kick into your hands, lift your chest, coming into bow pose. Release down. You're going to take your left foot, still laying on your belly, just tap your left toes behind you. So you kind of come onto your right side, then bring it back. Tap the toes behind you. Come back through center. Bring your right arm underneath you, parallel to the top of the mat. Your wrist, not your wrist, your elbow is underneath your shoulder. And then you're gonna tap the foot back again. And you're gonna lift up, coming into a wild thing on your forearm. So lifting your hips, pushing through your left foot. Then come down onto your right side. Push up into that right hand. Step your left foot in front of you and push up into a side plank. Left hand comes down to the mat. Step back to a high plank. Walk your feet forward. Come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Take a little flow there. Halfway lift and fold. One more. Planting the hands, stepping back into that high plank. Then stepping your right foot forward. Left hand comes underneath your face. Come into your side plank on this side. Stepping your right foot back, dropping your hips down, come down onto that forearm. Step your right foot behind you, lift up into that wild wing on your forearm. Coming back down onto your belly. Taking that right foot, stepping it behind you, coming down to the side. One more. Back onto your belly, bending your knees, reaching back for your feet. Squeezing your knees back together. On an inhale, kick into your hands, lift your chest. Release down, let it go. Take your legs long behind you. Hands underneath your shoulders, elbows squeeze in tight. Inhale, push up into cobra, little pulses. Release it. Tucking your toes, lifting your knees, push back, down dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Bring that knee forward, setting up for pigeon, but before you come down, come over to the right side, little pulses. Coming back through center, come down into your pigeon. Coming back up onto your hands, tucking your back toes, lift your back knees, step back down dog. Inhale, come forward to a high plank. Really pushing out of your hands, rounding the top of your back, tapping alternating knees down. One more each side. Drop down onto your knees, coming into a tabletop. Go through a few cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, raise the chin. Exhale, arch the back, tuck the chin. back through neutral. Inhale, right fingertips rise. Exhale, thread it through. Come down onto your shoulder. Using the left hand, pushing yourself back up. Right fingertips rise. Set it down. Inhale, left fingertips rise. Exhale, thread it through. Using your right hand, pushing yourself back up, left fingertips rise, set it down. Take the hips left and right here. Maybe even taking your head with it. Stepping back into that high plank again. This time you're gonna step your right foot outside your right hand, step it back, left, step it back, try to keep your hips low. Don't lift your butt up. Take it at your own pace. One more each side. Push back, down, dog. Inhale, walk or float, top of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Drop your right arm down your side. Reach your left arm up. And then reach over to the right, coming into a crescent. Inhale, coming back through center, raising your right arm, grounding down through your right foot. Lifting your left foot, reaching back for it with your left hand. Bringing your knees back together. And then if you want, kicking into your hand, reaching forward, coming into dancer's pose. Inhale, coming back up. Left foot steps behind you into a curtsy. And then little pulses here. Two more. Take that left foot, step it towards the back of the mat, come into a warrior two. Little circles with the arms towards the back. Hold. Both hands come on the inside of the right foot. Drop the left knee down. Step that right foot out to the side. Come into a lizard. Whatever that looks like for you today. Maybe the knee falls open. Maybe you come down to your forearms. Maybe none of that happens. Coming back up onto your hands, moving your right foot back to the middle of the mat. Push back into a runner's lunge or half split. Pulling the toes towards your base, trying to straighten that leg. Pushing back forward into your right foot, hands come forward, and then bring that right knee back, coming back into your tabletop. Taking your right leg straight out behind you, take it over to the right side, and then big rainbow over to the left, back over to the right, lifting as high as you can, reaching it in that rainbow. One more. Drop that right knee down. Step back into a plank. Walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Bend your knees, come down onto your back. Setting up for bridge pose again. Feet are hip distance apart, heels close to your butt. Inhale, lifting up. Lifting the hips high, trying to pull your chest up towards your chin. Slowly release down. Right ankle crosses over left thigh, flex the right foot, push the right knee away from your body, and then if you want, reach through, grab for your shin or your thigh, keeping both feet flexed, trying to clamp both knees shut. You'll feel a little more activation if you do that. Slowly releasing down, switching it up. Left ankle crosses over, flex the foot, push the knee away. And then if you want, reaching through, trying to clamp both knees shut, keeping both feet flexed. Slowly releasing down, both feet come to the mat. Hip distance, heels close to your butt. Inhale, lift up, bridge. And this time, come up onto your toes. Lifting your heels as high as you can. Slowly release down. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock forward and back until you come all the way up to that forward fold. And then walk the hands back to that plank. Drop the knees down into tabletop. Left leg goes straight out over to the left side. Big rainbow over to the right. Back to the left. Keep going. One more. Drop that left knee down. And then stepping your left foot forward, pushing back, coming into that runner's lunge. Pulling your toes towards your face, trying to straighten the leg. Pushing back forward, both hands come on the inside of that left foot, setting up for lizard. Again, whatever that looks like for you, maybe this side looks a little different. Coming back up onto your hands, left foot goes back to the middle of the mat. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee, and then drop your right heel down. Come up into your warrior two. Little circles towards the front this time. Hold. Weight goes into that left foot. Step your right foot back into a curtsy and then little pulses. Hold. Put the weight into that left foot. Lift your right foot. Lift your left arm. Reach your right hand back for that right foot. Bring your knees back together. Kick into the hand. Reach forward. Dancer's pose. Coming back up, dropping that foot down. Left arm comes down your side. Right arm reaches all the way up. And then reaching over to the left. Inhale back through center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, down dog, pedal it out. Last 4 sun salutations, walk or float, top of the mat. Halfway lift, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Cactus, tap, fold, half, plant the hands, step back, take that flow. Walk or float, half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Cactus, tap, fold, half, plant the hands, step back, take your flow. Walk or float, half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Cactus, tap, fold, half, plant the hands, step back. Last one, walk or float, half, fold, bend, squeeze, lift. Practice, tap, fold, half, plant, step back, take your flow. Hold your down dog. Tap the knees down. Fold. Drop down onto the knees, closing down the chakras, starting at the top. Drop the thumbs down onto the forehead, bring it down. Interlace the fingers underneath the chin, drop it down. Hands come to the heart, rounding in. Hands come to the belly, bring it in. Thumbs come to the hip crease, rounding in. And hands come all the way down to the ground, rounding all the way. Inhale, coming all the way up, rolling up the shoulders. Take it forward. Take your right hand, drop it down behind you. Left arm reaches for that elbow. Pull it over to the left side. Switching it out. Left hand goes down the back. Right arm reaches for the elbow. Pull it to the right. Release it down, swing your legs around in front of you. And come down onto your right side. So this is my left side. So come down onto your left forearm, your left hip, and then you're gonna have your legs hovering and you're just gonna crunch them in. Two more. Switch to the other side. Crunch it in. Two more. Coming back through center. Sitting up. Sinking back into those abs again. Taking your legs up. Take them in and out. Two more. Drop the feet down, round back, release for a minute. Coming back forward, you can take your hands behind you for a little bit of balance, but then take your legs up, take them out and in. Two more. Release it down, take your legs long. Cross that right leg over the left. Right hand comes behind you, left arm for leverage. Sit up tall, look over your right shoulder. Coming back through center, switching it out. Back through center, both legs long, feet flexed. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold. Halfway lift. Fold. Inhale, come all the way up. You roll all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest. Roll around, massage your spine. And coming into a happy baby. Pushing that tailbone down again. Maybe your knees come closer to your armpits now that you're warmed up. Bringing the knees back together, arms come out to a T. On an exhale, drop the knees to the left, push through your right shoulder. Inhale through center. Exhale, drop the knees to the right, push through the left shoulder. Inhale back through center, taking any last movements that are calling to you. When you're ready, legs go long, arms go long, closing down the eyes. Calling back in positivity. Inhale, clench your fists. Exhale, release. Inhale, clench. Exhale, release. Inhale, clench. Exhale, release. Shavasana. Slowly starting to bring your awareness back. Small movements in fingers and toes, and ankles and wrists. Rolling the head side to side, and taking the arms overhead for one last big full body stretch. Rolling over onto one side, taking one last moment, appreciation for the body and the breath and the earth supporting you. Making your way up to a seated position. We close out class with one slap to the lap, two slaps overhead, one slap to the lap on my count. 1, 2, 3. Woo. Good job. Even without the cardio, I'm still pretty sweaty.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Lori said hi. Oh.